Hi YouTube, Jolly Green 1990 here for another One Piece live reaction and review. Spoiled a little. I know some stuff's going to happen with some punks. I possibly heard that JD, Garcia, Saturn shows up. So let's find out. Cover page. I have been enjoying these. I like kind of seeing what's going on. I love that Vegapunk's got a very sinister, evil look. German 66, Cold-Blooded Voyage 131. Granted an audience with the five elders due to his scientific genius. And so we see them all kind of standing in the background. At this point, literally, we see that Vegapunk's head is essentially got the page, and then like right here, it's kind of cut off. So his head at this point has gotten large. I do kind of like his middle-aged kind of man look. He doesn't necessarily have the Albert Einstein look that he does now, but I kind of like that he's getting there. Come in, Pythagoras. Do you read me? Heard a lot of boom. What was that? I do know Pythagoras is alive based on the spoil that I heard. Pythagoras, please respond. Has there been an accident? You weren't caught up on your Snail 12, Building C. Check the surrounding area. What was that shadow? So essentially we're seeing someone kind of covering the camera. And then boom. Hey, Snail's been hit. What's up, Luffy? Hey, hold on, guys. Something wrong with this thing? Everyone's voice suddenly cut off. Where are you, Vegapunk? Aw. Precious gems. Give me, Nami. Hey, ain't you being a bit forward? Most just say they're pretty. There's no harm in it, right? Everyone's evacuating after all. You're not wrong there, but I still reckon you folks have got a screw loose. Phew, this is heavy. Should we head back? We're supposed to be looking for Stella, not Robin. Fine, I'll just leave him for now. We better come back to this later. You know those diamonds are man-made. They're meant to be for industrial purposes only. You can make diamonds? What's with that look in your eye? The future really is a place of dreams. Enough already. Stella, where are you? Second floor, building A. So your face is like a mask? Yep, I can replace any part of my body whenever I need. Nice. That's the future for you. I wonder, are these Vegapunks? Those are more man-made organoids. They'll be indispensable for the doctors in the future. What? You can actually grow new organs? That's amazing. Oh, I thought these were Vegapunk organs and someone put them to pieces. You're scary. Command room, fourth floor. What's going on? Hey, helmet guy. Edison, it's Shaka. Do you read me? I could hear everyone fine a second ago. I swear I didn't break it or not. I think it's not that. Look at this. Camera feeds. They keep going one after. There's someone else in the lab. Dun, dun, dun. See, at first when I heard this kind of from the scans earlier, I thought maybe that the theory that Shiru, the rain, his visible fruit was going to be there. You can consider me your loyal lapdog. Just keep your eyes out for the Stella, silly. I can't believe I get to travel the seas with you, Lady Stussy. You were a big mom's party, right? Jinbei, Stussy, and Sanji. This part of the lab sure is huge. That's because we're on the weapons development floor. You wouldn't want any shockwaves setting these things off down here. Third floor, building C, left side. A bubble gun! Usopp is going to have so many new inventions, so is Frankie. That's right. It makes the strongest bubbles. They can bounce anything back. That to me would explain the new defense ability of the Vegapunk, or sorry, the Kuma 3, it's Mach 3s. I'm sleepy. Well, what kind of attack just bounces things back? Hey, Vegapunk! This looks bad. What happens? This happened. There's someone here. Isn't that? It's Pythagoras. Hang in there, buddy. Whoa, he's got no head. That's gory. Don't tell me he's blown off. That boom we heard earlier was because of this. Don't shoot! Who's there? It's me! Pythagoras! Or his head anyway. I like this. So Pythagoras seems like he can detach his head. That's cool to me. What happened? Some kind of accident? No, it looks like an attack. It was the darndest thing. It still sounded impossible. But I know my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. Hurry up and tell us. I'm forced to wonder if we made a grave calculation. Where's York? York! Didn't Edison order you to hold the horses earlier? You should really still be waiting there, even though you're so cute. York, get away from her! So, Pythagoras realizes that they've been turned essentially to someone else with a higher order than they have told them. She gets turned by Esnake. Love, mail. Huh? York! What, a Seraphim, why are you? What? You shouldn't be able to move on your own. I command you to stop. So someone with a higher order, a lot of people think essentially it's going to be Saturn. And then she attacks. Yeah, something is off here. Don't tell them. Then they realize we're big. I know they're not accepting anything but our orders. Our orders. Son of a. Ah! Didn't see this coming. Should I fire first? That little girl's. Shaka response. No good. We can't reach them. Quit joking. We won't stand a chance to fight. We designed the most powerful beings around. Give me a hand, Luffy. Huff, huff. What's up, Zoro? Huh? What, you? S. Hawk, S. Bear, stop this immediately. Who ordered you to move? Good, you can stop them, right? They were gunning for CP0. Letting them die in cuffs would leave a bad taste in my mouth. I like the fact that Zoro's like, look, I don't like them, but I don't want them to die just because they're locked up. That's not fair. I did hear about this. They want us dead. Those no good Seraphim scamps. They're not listening. Hey, Straw Hat. How about we let bygones be bygones? We could form a temporal alliance. The two of us would be more useful than all these skips. They look disgusted. If they won't take orders, they must be acting on a command issued by a Vegapunk. Between the communications blackout and the barrier seal on us, this is beginning to seem like an elaborate plan. Someone's trying to kill us all. What? An unprecedented team up. The end. I like this, but I was hoping for more. I guess I've gotten used to those long chapters, and so this is kind of like good, but oh, I don't think we're on break. Let's review this real quick, as this is a short chapter. I don't foresee myself doing essentially another video, and I know some other stuff's coming up. I'm hoping for more of Ragnarok. I'm hoping for Slime coming out. So, looking at the different parts of this chapter, we've got character, story, and section. 555. So we've got essentially for pacing, essentially we've got one with Shaka looking at everything, kind of looking, so control room with that. One. We shift to essentially where Nami is with Brooke and one of the like fronts. Excuse me. And then we shift to second floor A, building A, with essentially Robin, Chopper, the other punk. We go back to Shaka. Jinbei, Sanji, and Stussy. Finding Pythagoras. Or, no. And then we switch to Usopp, Frankie, Lilith, 6. They find Pythagoras. They realize the Seraphim have turned. And then we switch back to essentially the lab phase, the control room where essentially Luffy and Sanji are, and they realize Seraphim. So that's 7 parts. So there's a lot to this chapter. So 7 parts, a little more than usual. I do think it's not bad. I don't really notice the change. What threw me off was literally between Jinbei, Sanji, and Stussy, and immediately we jump to from second floor building B to third floor building C. Like, so 7 parts. I do think that's a little more than usual, but I honestly think you really don't notice a lot. So I don't want to give like a 5 out of 5, but I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 for the pacing, because I mean it's no. Let's go 4. Let's go 4 because a little too much, in my opinion. Because you still got 7, so 4 out of 5 for pacing. Character development. Obvious one is Vegapunk meeting with the elders. I think that was a big thing for the story cover. And then we essentially have Shaka kind of seeing, trying to figure everything going out, and then eventually realizing the Seraphim have turned and that there's someone in the room with them. So big to him, kind of figure this all, kind of trying to deduce everything. Luffy actually kind of paying attention to. Well, I'm gonna jump to Luffy. Luffy and Zoro kind of hanging out, kind of keeping an eye on things, and then at the end, essentially realizing they're gonna actually have to save, maybe possibly team up with Kaku and Lucci, and the fact that Zoro actually is willing to save Lucci and Kaku. Yeah, they don't like him, but they don't want to see him killed. So character for those two. Character for Nami for the fact that she's still going after diamonds, and then she realizes they can make diamonds. She's like, and he's like, and then Chopper kind of, not so much Chopper, no, and then, yeah, then we switched Chopper and Robin, and Chopper kind of figured out with the organs a little there. There's some interesting stuff going on with Jinbei, Stussy, and Sanji, but Stussy because she understands everything going on. She's fully aware of all the different sections of the lab. She's been here before, kind of thing, and so I would get a little character development for her. Switching to Usopp, Lilith, and essentially Frankie, and then the one that eats all the time. Character development also flaggers the fact that he can detach his head. That's really cool to me. And the fact that he figured out kind of that the Seraphim had turned a little. So York. So a little negative for York because she hadn't really quite figured out what was going on with the Seraphim. But then even Lilith's like, hey, that's not good. They've turned. They're the strongest weapons. And so I say props for her. Uh, they fall down a lab. Everyone's kind of okay. Frankie and Lilith are able to save himself. So for me, that's it for character. Story wise, the fact that Shaka's realized something's going wrong and someone's in the room with him essentially, and then the Seraphim have turned. That's a big thing. So whether Saturn is here or there's one of the, I don't think it's one of the punks giving, because I mean, you see them all trying to say, hey, stop. And so it's got to be a higher order. So it's either Saturn or Vegapunk himself. And I don't think it's Vegapunk himself. I really do think it's Saturn. And then the facts are for story with the fact that you're also switching to Chopper. Talked about how they can actually make organs, switching to Nami, that part where they can actually make diamonds. So the fact that they can physically make what used to be things that are not man-made. So now you have diamonds, harder substances, you have organs. You can essentially place different organs back and forth. That to me is fascinating, key for the story. So story, the big thing to me is the fact that the order has been given, essentially for Seraphim to turn. There's someone in the room. And then the fact that Luffy and Zoro are essentially going to team up with Kaku and Rob Lucci. And then the fact that the Seraphim are also going after CP0 agents. So they messed up, and so someone's like, deal with them. Those four things are for me for story. So character, there was a lot, but it was, I liked what I saw, but I still would like to see more from the other characters. So I give it a 4. And then story, very basic, not bad. We kind of had an idea, but we didn't really feel like gain a whole lot of extra information. So I would give it a 3. So you've got a 3, 4, 7. I would give this 11 out of 15. I would have liked to see more. Still think it's a good chapter, but I was expecting more, especially for more information with the amount of transition we had. So Jolly Green 1990 with my review and live reaction of One Piece chapter 1075. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you liked the video, like. If you didn't, dislike, leave a comment. Jolly Green 1990 signing up. Bye, YouTube.